Thank you so much for joining me today on Golden Soul Food Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a baked spaghetti, except in place of the spaghetti pasta, I'm going to be using elbow macaroni. I'm going to be showing you all the steps to make this meal. It's perfect for a weekday or weeknight, and it's also great for a laid back Sunday dinner as well. Very easy, very quick, and it's going to be cheesy, moist, and delicious. So stay tuned as I take you through all of the steps, and if you like what you see, subscribe to my page. I would be so happy to have you. So stay tuned for the recipe, and thank y'all. I'm starting out with the boiling water. I've added salt, and I'm going to go ahead and add my elbow macaroni and let it boil for 10 to 11 minutes. I've added the pasta, and I'm bringing it back to a rolling boil, and I will leave it in there for approximately 9 to 10 minutes. I will check it along the way so that it doesn't get overcooked and it's perfectly al dente. And I also added some olive oil to the water so that the pasta will not stick together. So I'm going to go ahead and let that boil and prepare my onions and bell peppers. I have my bell peppers and my onions diced, and I have my Prego, and I'm using Prego today. I'm not making any homemade tomato sauce, so that's what I mean when I say quick and easy. You buy the very easy store-bought spaghetti sauce. So I'm going to add these to my meat, and I will be right back. Now I have added all of my seasonings and my bell peppers and onions, and the meat is cooking. And I'll show you the seasonings that I used. I used Lawry's, oregano, garlic pepper, onion powder, granulated garlic, and a little bit of that garlic, chopped garlic. Garlic is always really good in any spaghetti or Italian dish. It gives it that extra little kick. And also, I need to come up with a different name for this. This is not baked spaghetti. I guess I should call it soul food baked pasta. If you have any ideas, leave it in the comments. I need a new name for this dish. So I'm going to go ahead and let this finish cooking, and I'm going to get my pan ready and get out the cheeses. And I will be back. Over here, I have my macaroni in the strainer. I've strained it, and it's sitting, getting ready, waiting for me to use it. So I'm going to let this sit while I prepare the pan, and I will show you guys the next step. I probably will not be using all of this macaroni, but I like to make extra. It's better to be safe than sorry. I hate when I make it and then I end up not having enough, so I always make a little bit extra. I've added the Prego sauce, and I also added a little bit more seasonings, and I added about a tablespoon of sugar. That is optional. Some people like their spaghetti sauce to be tangy, but I always add a little bit of sugar to take away the acidity of the tomato and balance it out. So I'm going to go ahead and let it simmer, and then I'm going to start putting the cheese and everything together. Here I have my cheeses. We have the mozzarella, and we have the Mexican style cheese. And we used to only use the Monterey Jack and cheddar, but my son started making this, using this Mexican style cheese in his baked macaroni, and it just takes things up a notch. Gives that extra little, what's the word? Kick. But yeah, so we're using the Mexican style cheese because it does include the Monterey Jack and cheddar, but it also has some other cheeses in with it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put that together. So I started with a layer of macaroni. I'm making this similar to the way I make lasagna. Sometimes I'll just take it all and mix it up together, but today I'm going to try it a different way, and I'm going to make layers and see how it turns out. So I'm going to put my first layer of macaroni, and then I'm going to add meat and cheese. So I have a layer of macaroni, meat, and cheese. I'm thinking I might have needed a deeper pan, but I don't have a deeper pan, so I'm gonna have to work with this. So let me go ahead and finish putting this together, and I'll show you guys how it looks before I put it in the oven. I've added the second layer of meat, so I'm gonna add the last layer of cheese, and I'm gonna have to press it down. Y'all bear with me. Okay, here we go. This is what it looks like just before I put it in the oven. I needed a deep dish pan, so if you decide to make this recipe, make sure you purchase you one of those deep dish lasagna pans from the grocery store. This one is just a small basic one. I wasn't thinking, or I would have picked one up from the store, but I'm gonna sit this on a cookie sheet just in case it spills over some. So I'll come back and show you guys the finished result when I take it out of the oven. I'm gonna bake it at 350 for about an hour. We picked up this garlic bread from the grocery store yesterday, and that is what we're gonna be having with it. Just before my husband gets home, I will put this in the oven and toast it, and we will be having steamed vegetables along with it. So stay tuned, and I will show you guys the finished result and what it looks like on the plate. So thank y'all so much. If y'all stayed with me this long, I appreciate it. I will see y'all in the next segment. And here we have the finished result, and it looks delicious. I'm not going to cut into it just yet. I'm going to go ahead and make my steamed vegetables and put this garlic bread in the oven, and I will show you what it looks like when I plate it. Hopefully it comes out extra cheesy and what's the word? Scrumptious? Scrumptious. Well, I'll just say delicious. Hopefully it comes out yummy and delicious. But I will see you guys in the next segment. Y'all, I done burnt up my garlic bread. Lord. What happened was I had put it on bake, and it was perfect almost. And I said, I'm going to get it just a little bit more brown, and I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to turn it on broil. But in the meantime, I decided to call my son and invite him over here to eat. And I started talking to him, but you know how quick the broiler will bake something or cook something or brown something. So I was talking to him for just a few seconds, and then I said, oh, shoot, my bread. And I looked in there, and this is what it looked like. I'm so hurt. Anyway, can't cry over spilled milk. So moving on, I'm going to take some regular bread, put some garlic butter on it, and stick it in the toast. I'm going to go ahead and use this garlic butter and put it on some regular bread. So I went ahead and put some garlic butter on the bread. I'm going to stick it in the oven really quick. Voila! This is what it looks like now. I used the regular bread, bunny bread, and I just improvised. Hopefully it tastes as good as the other one would have tasted. Anyway, I will show you guys what the finished plate looks like as soon as everyone gets here. Thank you for watching it this far. This is the finished result, and I plated it, and everything turned out so good. Even the garlic bread tastes good. This is one of those really quick, hearty, stick to your bone kind of meals. And of course, we had to have sweet tea with it. I sat down to eat and I wanted to show you guys how cheesy it turned out, and it was very delicious. And the garlic bread turned out good as well. If you stayed with me until the end, thank you so much, and I appreciate it. And I hope you would consider subscribing to my page. I'm growing this page, a little bit by little bit, and I'm learning as I go. So any mistakes I make, take them for love, and I would be so happy to have you along with me on this journey to building golden soul food. So thank y'all so much, and I hope y'all have the most wonderful day. Thank y'all.